How's it going, folks? Welcome back to the channel. Late night in the garage tonight. Mainly because I just need to get this done. I've been practicing the ancient art of dragging ass a little bit too long, and I'm running out of time quickly. So we're gonna pull this fork out and try to fix this bend right here. I've already pulled the cap off, pulled the springs out, drained the oil and everything. I'm not going to be completely disassembling it just because I don't have the parts to rebuild it right now. It does need new upper seals and dust seals and all that good stuff. But hub's already out because I had to change a tire, and I'm putting new hub bearings in. That'll be a different video. Other than that, just got to zip out the four 12 millimeters that hold it in place. Hope that we can get it to slide out, and we'll stick it up there in the press on the bench and cross our fingers and hope that I can straighten it out. I don't know that this is going to work because this press really isn't made for that kind of stuff. It's a smaller one. So let me grab my impact wherever I put it. It's up there on the bench, and we'll zip these bolts out and get going. I already pre-loosened all this stuff just because I wanted to make sure nothing was going to break. We also got to unhook these straps for the headlights. Hoping I can do this without tearing them. I do think there is a company that reproduces these, but I'd really rather not try to find out. Yeah, that's just what I thought. Grab a pry bar. I apologize if the fan's too loud. It's just too damn warm in here for me to not have it on today. See if I can do this without breaking anything. Gotta open these up a little bit so I can get this thing to slide out of here. Now let me grab a screwdriver. I don't think the pry bar is quick enough to cut it. Watch this thing fall right out. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna move that bucket of oil. Oh, maybe I should have done this part first. It's been a while since I took a set of forks out. I can't remember exactly how to do it. This is definitely a don't try this at home, folks, kind of moment. I had a pair of pliers out. What did you guys do with my pliers? Come on, mess up which one we did it. Oh boy, they do not. I want to come out. Oh, pardon me for a second while I find the tools I had earlier. These are pretty well marred up right here anyway, so it's not really going to make a difference if I do something dumb like this. I get the feeling somebody tried to straighten these out by using a chain or something. Alright, there we go. And just make sure you guys can see this. That should be showing up on camera. You can see right here. She got a bend to her. Pretty good one too, I might add. All right, let's throw it in the press and see what happens, I guess, right? Worst case scenario, I may have to either take it to my buddy's shop and use his press to do it, or take it to somebody who actually knows what the hell they're doing and let them do it. But that's not my style. I gotta try to do stupid stuff first before I let somebody else do it for me. So I don't know where a good spot for you guys is gonna be. I'm gonna try to find you a place here. Get you a front row seat to this epic cluster that's about to go down. I got a couple blocks of wood here because I don't have any. I don't have the little V blocks. I don't know that I got enough room because this is a really small press anyway, and I'm just going to use this underneath the pin on top of the tube, just to kind of keep it, hopefully A, from sliding off, and B, from marring it up any worse. Well, I don't possibly know how it could get any worse in the condition it's already in. I don't know why I say things like that, because usually the second I do, bad things happen. Alright, I gotta try to line up that high spot. Where's that pin? I'm kind of looking through the side here to see if I can get it to where I'm on the high spot. Let's just give her a go. Let's see what happens. My biggest concern is that I'm going to end up crushing it, which it really appears like it's about to do. I'm going to have to find something to set on top of that so it doesn't, so it spreads the weight out a little more, because I don't want to crush that tube. Give me a couple minutes, guys. I'll be right back. Alright, so I got kind of like a sacrificial piece of aluminum in here. Definitely making some noises that are kind of scaring me a little bit. It's a lot of creaking and cracking, but we're gonna keep giving her. Boy, that is taking some force. I'm a little worried about this here. Can you guys see everything all right? Not really sure if we're even getting anywhere near straight, or if it's just completely destroying those pieces of wood, which is exactly what it's doing. Yeah. Conundrum. I kind of had a feeling those pieces of wood weren't going to hold up. They're going to end up splitting apart. So, we'll back the pressure off. Oh, my bottle jack's a piece of crap. Doesn't like to go back up on its own. I am curious though to see if we made any bit of difference. And that would be a very strong negative. Ghost Rider. Yeah, you guys probably can't see what's going on. Actually, I mean, it almost looks like it's bent in a couple different... It is. It looks like it's bent in two directions. I could be wrong. But right about where we were pushing is the worst of it. Now the question becomes, a lot of people use B blocks for this. I don't have any, and I don't know that they'd fit in this anyway. I guess I really doubt actually that they would fit in this, so I'm going to take a couple of rags set them down. Top of there. Jack this down a ways. Springy. Okay, and we'll hammer that in there. Just trying to find the high spot of the bend here, and I'm pretty, it looks like it's right about there. Jam that in there again. Just get that to where it'll hold itself in place. So I can rotate this and see if we're actually on the high spot. All right, let's give her. Man. Ooh. I honestly thought this would be easier than this. Boy, was I wrong. Can't even really tell. Yeah, we're definitely making a difference. We're making headway. This is only an 8-ton bottle jack, so I'm only going to be able to do so much. This may turn into taking it down to my buddy's shop and putting it on his 20-ton press. I mean, not that I'm looking for it to be absolutely perfect, but I do need it to be fairly straight. Are we off center? Oh, yeah, kind of. All right, let's back that off before everything flies apart. Come on, this bottle jack. The thing is, it's not even that old and it still doesn't work right. Well, we made a little progress. Not a ton, but we did make some progress. Definitely made some indentations in that, in them claws, that's for sure. Sorry, I gotta stick my head in your way. Try to get that centered up as best I can. All the things I do in the name of saving a couple dollars. Probably would have been a smarter idea to just take this down to a proper shop and have them do it. Oh, wow. Whew. Give that a second. I just hope I'm not making it worse than what it was. Come on, baby. Thing of it is, when you're doing this, you've got to go past. You got to go past the bend, almost to the other direction, in order to get it to stay. If you just go straight, as soon as you let the pressure off, it's going to bend right back up again. Biggest issue is this opening here, between here and here. I don't know if you guys can see my fingers or not. Between here and here just isn't quite wide enough. So it's kind of, it's limiting me on how much force I can put in the middle because I'm only pushing down on, it's only allowing me to put pressure down on this much. And I can't, I thought about setting some blocks up on the outside, but but you do that and you're going to lift the press up instead of pushing down on the object you're trying to push down on. Another thing that'd be really useful in this situation is one of those pneumatic bottle jacks. I've got a really dumb idea. You guys ought to be used to me saying that by now. Know what I mean? Yeah, we're not even to the point where it's past it yet. We're not even flush. And I'm completely out of power. I'm a little concerned that if I keep pushing on it, it may end up kinking it here and here on this side. So, you may have to cut this video here, and I'll bring you guys back when I get it straightened out and we can put it back in. Because as it stands right now, I think I'm doing more harm than I am good, which I kind of had a feeling. Definitely not doing this press any favors, I can tell you that. Nope, you guys got to see it. Alright, fast forward a couple of days. I was able to use my buddy's 20-ton press to get this straight. It's not perfect. It's still got a little bit of a bow to it. My feeling was, and this is already junk because of all this. You guys can see that all these chewed up marks. I didn't want to push it too far because once it bends like that, you're losing the structural integrity of it anyway. It's probably never going to. It's definitely never going to be as strong as it was. So we got it as straight as we could. It's a miles better than what it was. So we're just going to slot it back in. I will be looking for a new set of forks, or at the very least a new set of upper tubes to replace these with, and I'll just throw the ones that are on the shelf as like a backup or just spare parts or whatever. But yeah, let's get it shoved back in there. We got to get the hub back in, get the wheel back on. I was gonna take it for a ride today, but I'm waiting on new front brake pads. The ones that I ordered were wrong. They're for an 86, and apparently they're vastly different. So we're gonna get this back in. We're gonna get the front end put back together, and we're gonna set it back down on the ground today. So let's get after it. Move you guys over here where you can see. Yeah, you should be able to see right there. Sorry if you can't. And one thing I forgot to do was get my tools out ahead of time. So let's do that. What do you think? What do you say? This, 12. Need a couple of screwdrivers. I remember where the ones I used went. To there. Just talk amongst yourselves for a minute. I'll be right back. I think that's it for right now. So, set tools up over here. Right. Now, normally you wouldn't have to open these up, but they become so corroded that I kind of got to spread them a little bit in order to be able to slide this in and out of place. I tried to clean them up as best I could with a Scotch-Brite pad, but that only gets you so far, especially in a round hole like that, smaller than your hand. Yeah, that's alright. That bolt can be on the floor. That's perfectly okay. So I'll take these screwdrivers. People sending me messages and stuff, which tell them busy. You want to be careful if you need to do this. If you go too far, you can crack these. It's not a very hard thing to do, believe me. Yeah, looks like it should work. Let's see if we can get this back up in here. I'm going to kind of check it and see, because there is still a slight bend to it. I'm not really sure what direction I want the bend to run. Yeah, I think, trying to remember how it was when I took it out. I want to say that this spot here was toward the front, and that'll push that front leg out a little bit. I don't know that I want that. I'll kind of turn it a little bit, like that. All right, let's see if we can get this back up in here. Come on, sweetheart. You're going home, whether you like it or not. Yeah, there's definitely some fairly decent corrosion on there. I'm gonna need a rubber mallet because it looks like these triples are out of whack. A little bit. This little top one's kicked to the side a little, maybe. Come on. Shoving tools in my toolbox that barely fit. Sorry, I know I keep walking right in front of you guys. A little bit more. Let's see if we can. The other issue is I've still got it up on the jack, and makes it difficult when you have no front wheel on it. You know what I mean? Because it just keeps wanting to tip over backwards. Yeah, I'm not sure where all these marks came from, but they're definitely not helping anything. Alright, what is your deal? Oh, that would be it. Probably shouldn't have put that bolt back in there. Whoops. Just get that out of there. Yeah, we messed with it for about an hour. Kind of got to the point where it seemed like we were just starting to chase a bend around, and I didn't want to keep doing that, so we stopped. You know, any structural integrity it originally had is completely gone now anyway. It's never gonna be perfect again. It's never gonna go back to the way it was. May have to loosen up that one on the other side, or just tilt it, you know, do the smart thing. Although I kind of feel like this probably would have been easier if I just set it down on blocks. Bite me tooth and nail. Probably could get a pair of pliers and a rag and make this work, but I'd really rather not if I don't have to. Shocking into place. Yeah, there's some dings in it from when we were trying to straighten it there that are going to be an issue. Alright. I'm going to set the back end down because that's just making this exponentially harder. Where are you guys at? You're right there. Let's turn you this way a little bit. There we go. You still see what's going on? Well, probably wouldn't have hurt to clean these up, clean up those bad spots a little bit before I went to put it back in here. Come on, sweetheart. I know you want to be back in there. Oh boy. It's definitely putting a little more pressure on that than I'd like. Tell you one other thing I did wrong here, and you guys probably noticed it. I left the cap on it. Oh, and I should have taken that off. Rag through my pliers here and see if we can get a better grip on it. Probably not. Trying not to make this video any longer than it needs to be, but it's not working out in my favor. Hey, it's just kind of walking itself up in there. I'll take it. Just tap very lightly, that way I'm not actually opening that up any further. Oh, we're so close. So close. Yeah, that thing's in there so tight I can't even turn it anymore. Trying to go back up here, I guess, maybe. How many of you are screaming at the screen right now telling me I'm doing this wrong? She is snug. Can't really figure out why it's that tight. Giggity. You slide back out. Oh, alright. What am I doing wrong here? Somebody tell me what I'm doing wrong here. Been a long time since I changed how to set a triplet. Also trying to do it without breaking my front brake master. Alright, you know what? I'm going to mess it up for a little bit and I'll bring you guys back because this video is getting a little long in the tooth and I want to keep it short. So as soon as I get it back together, I'll bring you back. We'll put the front hub and stuff and tire and all that stuff back on. Alright? Huh. Yeah, a little bit of a blooper for you guys there. Apparently my phone doesn't want to connect to it, so we'll be right back. Alright, we're back. Got it back in. Took some doing. Wasn't, I'm not going to explain how I did it because somebody will yell at me. Now we're going to put 290 cc's of ATF in each one. Yes, that is what the manual calls for. It calls for automatic transmission fluid, so we're just going to dump that in there. I'm not overly concerned about the level at this point simply because I'm going to have to change this stuff out fairly soon. There was a lot of nastiness that came out of the fork tubes when I drained the oil. Like it was milky, it had rust in it and stuff like that, and it smelled burnt, ungodly stink. So we're just gonna put in what's recommended for now, and then after maybe a ride or two, I'll drain it all back out again, and I'll put fresh fluid in again. Although, to be honest, with these forks, they're in desperate need of a rebuild. I don't know what the bushings inside are like, but I know that the dust seals are the dust seals and the main seals on top of the lower tubes are leaking, so they need to be rebuilt. But I'm not going to worry about it because I'm going to find another set of forks, something that's a lot straighter, something that's going to work for what I need. Because I would like to do I don't know necessarily a full restoration on this, but I would like to tear it down and do some repainting and fix some little stupid things that are wrong with it. But yeah, now we can move on to getting the hub and the wheel back in. That part should be hopefully a little easier. I don't know. But I'll move you guys down here Sorry if you get motion sick easily. I know. Terrible cameraman. But it's okay. This is YouTube. So, there. Okay. I'll put those caps back on in a little bit. Get this stuff out of my way. Get your guys' little stand out of here. We cheaped out and bought too short of a tripod. Alright, across here and grab this. Oi. This is the new, well, not new hub, but it's got new hub bearings and everything in it. Which should make the front wheel spin much easier. Nope, that don't go like that, that goes like that, right? Right? Yes. Ooh, boy. Let me wipe this off, because, what did I do with my grease rag? Did you guys steal my grease rag? Man. Nothing laying around. This is the little, it's got some dirt and crap on it, and I don't want it messing up the seal. Assuming that I remember to put this in correctly. Get out of there. Okay. I'm going to start it into this fork here. Assuming that it'll let me. There we go. Like butter. Turn that way. I gotta slide the caliper into place before I put the tire back on. And I may need, oh, look at that. Just so happen to have screwdrivers out. Gotta open this up a little bit. I've got new brake pads. Well, I already told you guys I got new brake pads coming. I just ordered the wrong ones apparently. But we'll just slot that back into place. I'm not going to tighten it down yet. I do need to get all my bolts. So we can get the tire put back on. Now, valve stem goes to me. Although, I think I screwed this up. I shouldn't have put that on there yet. I should have put the tire in place first. Alright, quit busting my chops. Because I don't think you can get this in once the tire's in place. It's been a while. Calm down. You gotta yell at me. That's what he said. Yeah, and then I have to put the tire on there first. I just kind of loosely put the lug nuts on. Just enough to hold it. Of course, I left my 17 over there on my toolbox. It's an excellent place for it. So we'll slot this into here. I don't know if you guys can even see what I'm doing. Probably not, but it's not super important information anyway. So, yeah. I'm just going to loosely... Come on, you. Quit fighting with me. Loosely put these lug nuts on. Just enough to keep the wheel from popping back off. Because it is a bit of a fight. Well, I shouldn't say it's a fight. It just takes some doing to get the brake caliper on with the wheel in place. Alrighty, can we get that back in there? And that is going to be a hard no. Well then, did you guys tell me this was going to be so difficult? Slide that away as far as I can. Come on, there we go. Okay. Oh, now we've run into a new problem. No, we didn't. Slide the bolt back out a little bit. There we go. Now we gotta kind of rotate this whole thing up into place.
Why do I get the feeling I'm making this way harder than it needs to be? Ugh. Okay. Got that there. Let's see if we can get this bolt started. And the caliper just popped off. Great. Okay, got that started. So we can get this. There we go. Got the caliper back in. You stay. Stay put, you. Try to turn this way. So we gotta get this side where it needs to be. Kind of like so. Alright. We're making headway. We're getting somewhere. I don't know where it is, but we're getting there. Try to tighten this bolt down. Boy, did I bend the hell out of that one. Guys, over here a little bit. Yeah, get this bolt tightened down a good ways, and then I gotta put that little cap back on that holds it in place. Get that right about there. There is a little arrow on this that says up. Make sure you put it back on the right way. You got your little 10mm nuts here. Not going to tighten those down yet. I'm just going to put them on finger tight so I can finish tightening that bolt down. Boy, that new tire looks good on there, don't it? Go. That's in. Caliper fell off again, which doesn't really come as any surprise. I gotta tighten up these lug nuts, and I don't remember what size they were, so I'm just gonna go finger tight now. Finish tightening them off camera. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a cotton picking minute. Bring you guys over here because we gotta do this first. We gotta put this brake caliper back on because you know, stuff and things. I don't really feel like trying to fight with it later. Although I am gonna have to fight with it later because I gotta put brake pads on it. I don't know. These brake pads are still like they still have a lot of life left, but the problem is it almost looks like somebody like tried to grease them or something. Like because the hub bearings were pretty sticky, to say the least. But I don't know if maybe they thought that the brake pad, the brakes were what were hanging up, or what. But they are just completely coated in oil. Even if I was to spray them down with brake clean, I don't think that I'd be able to save them even a little bit. Get those tight. 10mm, where'd you go, little buddy? Yeah, there we go. Alright. See if I can turn this around where you guys can see it. Nope. Alright, so we're gonna come back over here. Like so. You guys see that? You see what's going on? Alright. We're gonna tighten these up. I may leave the wheel loose for now, just so I can put brakes on it when they get here. I don't really see a point in tightening it up and then loosening it all up again. There we go. All right. It's going to do it for today. Forks are back in. There's fluid in them. Hopefully it drives straight. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, that's going to do it for today. This video is already long enough. So, oh, the beer's a mess. Why didn't you guys tell me? Yeah, I'm gonna put some brakes on it. I got to put a new rear caliper on it and bleed all that, and then I may put that in with the video of me taking it for its first ride. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, that's it. Front end's back together. It's just that much closer to being done, being ready for West Virginia. So until next time, keep shiny side up.